Welcome back to the Legacy Virtual Users Group. Every day is Tuesday's Tip Day, all to celebrate Family History Month. We have 2 days left in October and 5 letters of the alphabet, so we're going to have to double up again today. Let's get started. We've all heard it before. Trust but verify, although most often it's used with nuclear disarmament or weapons of mass destruction. It's just as useful with our genealogy and family history. We gather information from a variety of sources: interviews with family members, documents on file at courthouses and government office buildings, private records, newspaper articles, maps and photographs. We don't take anything at face value. It's always a process of verification. Today, we're going to discuss one aspect of verification, that relating to locations. Legacy provides a few tools or features, and we can use some additional resources to verify locations. Today, we'll be using my Norwegian ancestors. First up, Petter Eriksson and Molly Pettersdottir, my great-great-grandparents. They were born and raised in Norway and came to America in the late 1800s, settling first in Minnesota, of course, and then a few of their intrepid children continued on across country to Washington. As you can see, we have a location in Norway, Canada, and the United States. Now, whether the information is for birth, marriage, or death, occupation, emigration, or census, we make some choices about how to enter locations. We strive to be consistent, and we verify that we've entered the information correctly based on the date and how the country uses the locations. In Petter's case, and I do this for all my Norwegian ancestors, I include the farm book information in the title suffix because they were identified by their patronymic name, the surname, as well as their farms, and I'm quickly able to place them. This is just one way to approach this. You need to do what works for you. Now, Hasterjedit, and I have absolutely no skill with pronouncing Norwegian words, is a farm, and it's listed in the Beidebook or farm book. Hegra, Ovre Sejordal, Nord-Trøndelag, Norway, is the town, parish, county, and country. I'm a little better with these. Seattle, King, Washington, USA, is the city, county, state, and country. Quebec, Canada, is the city, the province, and the country. Now, as you can see, in some instances, I have 4 places for my location, and in some, even though I keep a placeholder, I only have 3. I tend to use a 4-place system for my locations, but remember, you're not limited to 4 places. You can have several. Now, the farm book lists Petter's occupation, and I've included that as a fact in the event fact section. I've used the town, the parish, the county, and the country as the place. Legacy provides us a feature that we can check on the location, and you see it right there with that globe icon. I have an emigration event, and I've included the place based on the information I have for their trip from Norway to Canada. The place they left is Trondheim, Sør-Trøndelag, Norway. Legacy gives us the ability to check our locations, again, shown with the globe icon. Using this event feature again for the 1880 USA Census, you can see that I've entered the information included in the census about Petter's family and listed the place as it was enumerated in the census. In this instance, Roscoe, Goodhue, Minnesota, USA, and that location can be checked as well. Again, the globe icon. So whether the place is in Norway, Canada, or the United States, or elsewhere in the world, to check and verify our locations. Hopefully, when you enter a location for the first time, you not only check the spelling, but also check a few resources to see how that place is referred to or located. Remember that one of our master lists is the Master Location List, found on the View ribbon, and then click on Master Lists and choose Location. Depending on how you configure your master location list, you can include Show People and/or Show Map. The mapping is provided by Bing Maps, and that's a Microsoft product. You can also see the long form and the short form name, as well as the latitude and the longitude of the place. You can also go outside the legacy program, and that's always a good idea to learn more about the place that plays a part in your family history. Using FamilySearch.org, you can look up your places, and here we're looking at the county level, Nord-Trøndelag, but with the map we can even get further, which is a real boon if you're trying to figure out cities, parishes, and clerical districts in a particular county in a country. Just click on the link for, and I'm going to kill it again, but Øvre Stjørdal, Norway, and FamilySearch.org provides information and links to various records. Here we have the church, census, court, land, farm books, and probate records. By checking the dates that you're interested in, you can search for your family members. Since Norway has made their parish and census records freely available, and that's just another reason to love Norway, the links from Family Search take us directly to Digital Archives of Norway. And we can go directly to parish registers and start searching. In this instance, I could verify the information I have for birth and baptism records in Hegra. Now, a quick reminder here. Do read about the history and political makeup of the countries you're doing research in. An understanding of their record-keeping functions is essential to know where to look for your ancestors. Now we could also perform a search with Google Maps by simply typing in the town or city and country. Here we can clearly see where Hegra is and where it is in relation to Trondheim. That's the largest city in those parts, as well as a port. And by zooming out, we can see where Hegra is in relation to the entire country of Norway, as well as its neighboring country, Sweden. Understanding the context is important with place, especially for where people may have worked, worshiped, or traveled from when emigrating. I can also check out Wikipedia to learn more about Hegra and get some references for additional information. Note that on the right-hand side of the page, you see basic geographic and political information about Hegra, and that's especially useful in determining how to list the place in your master location list. And I've blown this up for you so you can see that I have the country, the region, the county, the district, the municipality, and the village, as well as when and how it was created and merged. And I can check the latitude and longitude coordinates to make sure that I verify that with my legacy program. And if you have any other municipalities in Nord-Trøndelag to check out, the live links connect you to additional villages and towns. Whether you start by adding locations to your master location list, and here you can click on the Tools ribbon in Legacy and then choose Location Database. That's that globe icon. And you can search a database of over 3 million locations. Or click on the globe icon for the place, and here we're showing Hegra. Either method will bring up the Show Geolocation list. In order for the search to bring back Hegra, I had to remove Øvre Stjørdal. Now, you can add as much or as little as you want to the core location. I include information as of the time of the event or fact, and I put the country in all caps. You need to decide how you want your locations to read, and just be consistent. From this geolocation database, I can see the latitude and the longitude of my place. I can check for matches for that place name. And by clicking on the binoculars over there on the right-hand side, I can find locations within a certain distance. and in this instance I'll choose 10 miles. Now I have several other villages and towns to check that were close to my ancestors' village and farm, and indeed several of these communities are places where other family members lived. So now that we've learned a little bit about how to search for and verify our international locations, what about locations in the United States? At the outset, we can use that same geolocation database for places in the United States. So here we are, back to the geolocation database found on the Tools ribbon. Let's search for Seattle, King County, Washington, in the United States. Now by choosing exact, we tell Legacy that that is specifically what we're looking for. And the geolocation database returns one match. You can use the core location definition, just click on Select, or make any changes that you want to it. Another feature in Legacy is the U.S. County Verifier. This feature is useful for checking to see if a county existed during the time period you're using it. You can check right while working on your events and facts or by using the U.S. County Verifier report. In the Legacy Help System, you type in the keyword verification and you can learn more about this feature. Let's say we entered data ourselves into Legacy or we imported a trusted family member's information into our Legacy family file. We can simply ask Legacy to check our locations to make sure they're correct. We reach this report by clicking on the Reports ribbon on the Legacy toolbar and selecting Other Reports and then the last report on the list, USA County Verification. We get the dialog box, and Legacy wants to know if we want to check all records, records with a particular tag, or records in a current search list. We can search for missing counties and ask Legacy to tag all the problem records, but if you do that, make sure you have an open tag to use. Here, I ask Legacy to check all the individual records with a tag of 2, and that's my maternal direct line. With a total of 264 individuals, I have 0 errors. Yay me! Now, if I check all records, I have a total of 62 errors related to 51 individuals. Now that's definitely something to check and verify. And here you can select the report to go to screen, and that's just so you can preview your report. And here's a part of the result. In the first instance, the county I used was not in existence as of the date of the event, something to go back and check. In the second instance, there was never a county by that name in the state. Again, something to go back and check. In the third instance, we have some incorporated cities, and Legacy does not recognize the core definition as a county, and I kind of consider that a glitch, but I can mark that as not a problem. Now, if I rerun that verification exercise and ask Legacy to include missing counties, I get lots more errors. Now, this is a useful exercise to check and then mark various items as not a problem, because I use just the state if I don't know the city or county. Actually, in most instances in this USA County Verification Report, I'm missing both the town or city as well as the county. I know that Ellen Shaughnessy was born on November 11th, 1868 in Illinois, but at this point I don't know where, and I don't guess. Any thoughts about potential places are in my notes. Now you can also click on the USA County Verification list and simply use it with your data entry, and this is really helpful. As you can see, by highlighting the county of Autauga in Alabama, we can learn a few things. We can learn when the county came into existence, its start year, if and when the county ended its existence, the end year. We can also learn the parent counties as well as any counties that were made from it. Basically, from whence did Autauga spring and were there any splits? And how about those icons at the bottom left-hand corner? Let's click on them and see what they do. Let's try that with a county I actually know something about and can pronounce. King County, Washington. We type in King in the county box, and we can see that there are two King counties, one in Washington and one in Texas. And I didn't know that. In the case of King County, Washington, it started in 1852, and it's the original county. By clicking on the blue icon, I can apparently view online county information. Let's try it. My browser opens up in FamilySearch.org's wiki entitled King County, Washington, and I can learn more about the county as well as find record links. Nicely done, Legacy. Clicking on the map with a compass icon, I can apparently view an online map. Now you know I'm going to click on it. And my browser brings back the Newberry.org website with historical counties of the state of Washington. And there's lots to play with here. Again, nicely done, Legacy. What have we learned today? First, that I'm willing to click on anything in the Legacy software and play, but I think you knew that. Second, that locations are important to put our ancestors in their place and to understand context, where they were and when they were there. Third, we want to determine how we're going to input location information and then just be consistent. Fourth, we have tools in Legacy, the geolocation database and the USA County Verifier to check our work. Fifth, it's always a good idea to run the USA County Verification Report every so often to check and verify our work. Sixth, we have several online tools, Family Search, Google Maps, Bing Maps, and Wikipedia, just to name a few, and they'll help us pin down locations. So why not use them and learn more about the places our ancestors called home? Trust and verify. It's a good plan to make sure we put our ancestors in the right place. Thanks for joining me as we work our way through the letters of the alphabet to learn more about features in Legacy during Family History Month. Join me next time for the letter W.